Hello, good people. Good to see you once again. Today's topic is about why you should not rush into building your house, otherwise you might regret later. All right. Nacho topic ya leo ni moto, and we might have people who have dissenting views and such kind of things. But before tuanze kupigana, first of all, as usual, hapo hivyo chini on your right kuna ka button kameandikwa subscribe. Make sure umekaguza, and then hapo hivyo chini on the left kuna ka button kamechorwa ka mkono just like this. Just hit it. It takes 1 second and it's very much free. I know you're asking, okay, good Joseph, what's the importance of that? Guess what's the importance of it? Tunaletanga watu wengi kwa hii channel, and also you will never miss any of my videos when I upload them. Exactly, that is the importance. Anyway, let's get into today's hot topic. It's about why you should not rush into building your home, especially kama uko at 30s na age kama hiyo, all right? Because you might likely to regret as later, all right? So let's get to it, all right? Kitu ya kwanza unafaa kuelewa ni ati, can you imagine this? You are at 21, or rather you are at 31, and then you happen to have a good amount of money. Say if you have 5 million, it's the only money that you have, and actually that money can buy you a piece of land and then build your home, let's say at around 2 million, or no, not say, maybe say, let's say 3 million, and then 1 million for the piece of land, or 1.5. So let's just say like 5 million is gone, and then you have a home. Congratulations, you just have acquired what a lot of people have been fighting for. Hautakuwa unaitishwa rent, blah blah blah. There is that joy, uko kwako, yeah. I understand. That is the dream like of everybody else. But again, is this dream, or is this vision, or this mission of acquiring our home, is it more of a stereotypical thing, or is it a financially, what do I call, does it lead you to financial freedom, or does it get you out of what societal expectations? Because let me tell you one thing, kuna kitu moja nafaa kuelewa. Can you imagine this at 31, fixing yourself to one geographical location? All right, let's say like you've chosen to live in Kiambu, all right, and then that is your home, and that means whatever you get out of Kiambu, maybe you're in Mombasa, you're still bound to your home. You're like, okay, fine, my family is back at Kiambu, so I should go back there. Wherever you're out there, wherever you're looking for an opportunity, you're like, okay, fine, I still have my family is back at Kiambu, and something of, so you are fixed in one geographical location. But what if you set yourself free? Because at this age, you're supposed to explore the world. And when I say the world, you have to know exactly what happens in Kitale. What are the opportunities that Kitale presents to me? What are the opportunities that in Bungoma? What are the opportunities that are in Turkana, in Wajir, Garissa, whatever the places? You move to different places. Maybe your 5 million, if you can just change the location, maybe go to Mombasa, you might get the best deal than you're actually getting from the Kiambu place, all right? Because what you're supposed to understand when it comes to money, once it's like, there is this analogy that people usually give it when it comes to a hotel. Unapata a bottle of water kwa stage ya gari ni maybe ni 50 shillings, ikienda kwa hoteli fulani inapata ni 100, ikienda kwa ingine unapata ni 200. The water is still the same, but once you change the location, it becomes valuable. The same case applies when it comes to money. If you can just shift with your money, for example, from one country to the other, for instance, with all the due respect to Burundi, if you go to Burundi with, let's say, 1 million Kenyan shillings, you are likely to be one of these guys who can actually invest in various ways. You can get yourself the best deal, and you can go ahead and invest and get something good out of it. So if you change the location with the same amount of money, you actually get the best deal. And like when you fix yourself, because this is the area that you are well conversant with, this is an area that you know it better. What you're supposed to do, if you had that the 5 million at hand, you are supposed to focus on investing in something that can grow you money, or rather can make you money. And in the process, whatever you get out of what you invested on as a passive income, now direct that towards building your home. Let's just say you won't even shift from where you come from, all right? And you decide, like, with this 5 million that I have, instead of me building my own home, how about I build the rental houses, right? If I build rental houses, because you know one thing, the land appreciate, also sometimes infrastructure was in appreciate. What if I build myself some rental houses, and whatever I'll be getting out of the rental houses, I can decide to build my home in this way. I'm 31, I'm 35, I'm 36. I can decide this. By the time I'm hitting 40, this is what I want to do. In this specific year, I'll focus on buying the hard things like mawe, simiti, mchanga na vitu kama hizo. The next year, I'll focus on buying anything related to metal, chuma za kujenga, dirisha, milango, and such kind of a thing. The third year, I focus on maybe buying piece of land, or the fourth year, you now start the project, and now hapo ndo unatafuta pesa za labor na nini. Number one, you not only get yourself the best dream house, but you also, have a business and you still have your home. Rather than getting your money, going and building your house, buy a piece of land and build your house, and then from that specific point, that cash is called a dead capital. Not okay, it's a dead capital on this perspective. It doesn't generate you anything. What it happens, it gives you the comfort. I know you will argue from the point of life in short, you have to enjoy, blah blah, and such kind of a thing. And let me tell you one thing. One thing, once you start relating money with feelings and emotions and kind of a thing, you are likely to make the wrong decision. All right, because once you put that money in that specific piece of land and you build yourself a house, that money stagnates. Yeah, I appreciate the fact that the land appreciates, but the fact remains the rate at which the land is appreciating vis-a-vis what you should be getting once you invest that money in a different investment or a business is totally different. All right, so you have to understand those numbers, because if you make that wrong decision and going and building your house, and probably let's take a case scenario of a house, you find that most of the time you don't even spend in that house. Maybe your partner, if you married, doesn't even spend time in that house because both of you're very busy, and maybe there you have your kids that are in boarding school. So basically, who spends a lot of time in your house is your caretaker, or a shamba boy if you have one, or maybe what we call a maid or a house help. Those are the people, they actually enjoy your property, and that's the reality. All right, I'm not saying that they should not enjoy. That's not the point. All right, take me from an investment point of view. You find that that house, what basically stays there is just your goats and cows if you have them, and chairs and furniture and such kind of a thing. It doesn't really give you liquid cash, doesn't generate any income. So you're supposed to focus on investing your money first. Once you invest your money first, of course, you have to consider what I call the calculated risks. Once you invest your cash first, then take what I call the passive income or baby money. That's what I call it, the baby money. Take the baby money now, focus on building your dream house. Believe you not, there is no way you can build your dream house with 5 million. That's a fact. You cannot. One day you are likely to shift from that specific house and build another one and build another one and build another one. Fine. So what I would suggest is this: if you're still young, your kids are still young, you're still at your bracket of 30s to 40s. That's the time that you're supposed to focus on investing more and investing more. So by the time you clock 40, now from there you can target from 40 to 45. Now you have your dream house and you can build your home and such kind of a thing. And guess what? What you could have done by the time you're hitting that 45, you've already explored the world. Whenever somebody tells you there is opportunity in Kitale, you've been there. Whenever time somebody tells you there is opportunity in Garissa, you've been there. So you know these opportunities. Probably you have some pieces of land and properties in those different areas. Let's not focus on this old traditional way and believing that owning your house is the ultimate goal, it's the ultimate thing, it's a thing that you can have. That's the only way you can define a successful person, blah blah, and such kind of a thing. You're getting yourself in this rushing that does not even make any sense, and we are subdividing our lands at a very high rate that we actually getting ourselves into problems that can see and can predict in some few years to come. We might get ourselves into crisis. That's my view, and that is exactly what I believe you should do exactly with your money, especially if you're talking about this 5 billion. It's the only cash that you have. Fine, if you're wealthy and you have a lot of cash at your disposal, then you can go ahead and build your home. But again, if you know this is the only cash that you have and isn't that big cash, then I would suggest focus on investing your cash first, and then from there, progressively, you can achieve the dream house that you always wishes to have. All right. Perhaps this is your first time that you're seeing this face. I'm Joseph, talk about money, investment, anything related to your cash. I'm not like this guy who comes and tells you, hey, you know what? You're not supposed to eat everything. Put some a little aside and invest in this way. All right. So anyway, guys, if you have this point, thank you very much. And also, if you've not subscribed, kindly take one of your second, click that black thing kameandikwa subscribe on your right hapo hivyo juu, and then hapo hivyo chini kuna ka button kamechorwa this one, then click it, and then guess what, we be friends and you be a member of this family, so we grow ourselves to the next level. What can I say as of now? I have booklets of different kind of investment. Can you imagine now having all that information in a booklet? Yes, I have it and it's ready. Booklets are about business ideas. Actually, one has that different business ideas, the one has business plans, the other one is about forex, the other one is about circles, about shares, about treasury bills, about money market fund, all that information summarized in different booklets. So each of those booklets is 220. Just tell me how many you want and which you want, and then I send you to your WhatsApp. And where do you get my number? I'll leave my number on the description of this specific video. If you click on more on the description, you get my number out there. All right. So for now, what can I say apart from thank you and see you in the next one?